Hi, I'm Bob Ross, and I'm here to show you how to set up your screen print materials for ART 125 silkscreen. So we're going to start by having our screen. This screen has been exposed and the stencil image is in the screen already, but we'll need a screen obviously for the actual print process, which we'll be demonstrating in another video. In addition, you're going to need a supply of paper. We'll be supplying the paper for the assignments that you do. The paper will be punched on one end, and that punching will be used for registration. In addition to that, you're going to want to have a backing board. This provides a smooth surface to print on, and that gives you a little better outcome on your printing as you proceed through the process. In addition to that, you're going to need squeegees. And in this particular case, I brought out two squeegees that are different sizes. This one is a 12-inch squeegee, and this one's a 14-inch squeegee. You want to make sure that the squeegee that you have bypasses or sits outside your image by about an inch on each side, roughly. So for our image, this squeegee is actually slightly too small. This one's just the right size, okay? So in addition to the squeegees, you're also going to want to have two screen clamps. These are screen clamps that we use to attach the screen to the printing surface that you're going to work on. So we're going to keep these here because we're going to show you how to attach that screen in just a second. In addition, you're going to want to have two C-clamps at the ready to attach your screen to the table surface that you're working on. So I'm going to set these here very quickly. There are some ancillary materials that you're going to need in addition to these things. You're going to want to have some register pins. These are register pins that we use to place the paper in the proper position for the print. In addition, just in case for little emergency cleanups, you're going to want to have some paper towel available. For multiple purposes, it's a very good idea to have about a 3/4 inch roll of masking tape or painter's tape. In some instances, painter's tape actually works better than masking tape. In other cases, vice versa. It's a good idea to have scissors at hand, ready to go. And then lastly, we have small little cut out pieces of cardboard that we can use to move ink around and to prep different aspects of the process. So these are the basic materials that we're going to use. In addition to that, then I want to show you how you actually attach the screen for the printing procedure. So I'm going to move these additional materials temporarily off to my side, and I'm going to actually take this board and bring it back just slightly so that it lines up with the edge of the table that I'm working on. And I'm going to take one of these screen clamps, and I'm actually just going to C-clamp it to the table. So I will tighten this up a little over here very quickly, and that will allow us to secure our screen to the table. So first I secure the clamp to the table, as you see me doing here, and then I will take the screen itself and I am going to set the screen, remove the paper temporarily, I'll just set that there for right now. Set the screen into one of the clamps. And I want it just about so that the clamp lines up at the corner. I don't want the clamp right on the corner. That doesn't give me as much stability. So I'm going to just snug this screen clamp down now very slightly so it just kind of holds the screen in place. And that allows me to set the second screen clamp. So I'll put it in position, I'll raise it up, and I will snug this guy down. And now I'm ready to attach my other C-clamp to hold my screen in place for the actual printing process. So I'm attaching the screen clamps to the tabletop, and I'm attaching the screen to the screen clamps, so that it's all one functioning kind of mechanism. Now, if I rotate the screen upwards, it's secure and it doesn't move. I can apply some pressure and the screen doesn't wiggle. It's very important that the screen go back to exactly the same position each time we print in order to have a predictable positioning of the image on the paper surface that we're printing on. So those are the basic elements that you'll need for your printing process. And it also gives you a basic idea of how we set the screen on the table. In our next episode, we'll talk about the actual printing process itself.